Hey, what's up, YouTube? Leon here with another Thoughts on Things. And today I want to talk about rhythm games. And the reason being is that I could never state why rhythm games are so much fun. And it wasn't until recently when I was watching Cinema Massacre, the James and Mike Mondays, when they were playing on the Atari, and a specific game that comes up that Mike plays, and it's his complete favorite Atari game, 2600 game, and it's Kaboom. If you want to see the episode, it should be right there in a link on the screen somewhere. But he makes this point for the game where it's a complete immersive experience. It's a game where you have to put your full attention to, and what he says in it is that when you know what video games are is an experience that you should close off the outside world and just be immersed in the game. That's what I feel like rhythm games have. Stuff like DJ Max, Beat Mania, Osu, Step Mania, or DDR, stuff like that. You have to put your complete attention to the game for you to play well, at least. When you think of it like that, it's practically the most immersive game out there, or type of game out there, since your whole focus is on the game itself. But unfortunately, games like these action rhythm games are becoming archaic, and no one's really thinking about making them, or they're trying to go this indie route where it's based on rhythm but not completely like how DJ Max Beat Mania is. So I'd just like to take the time to appreciate the few games that are out there. So let's take a look at a few. Alright, so the first one we're looking at is O2Jam, or the emulator O2 Mania. For those of you who played rhythm games back then, O2Jam was the pinnacle of rhythm gaming. It was free, had a bunch of songs, and it was really fun. Has a classic 7-button setup, and there's not much to it. Or at least the O2 Mania one there isn't. Just pick a song and play the game. Surprisingly, the Vita has a lot of music games in its library. So the first one, that's the easiest one to get, is Project Diva for the Vita. You can download it on the PSN store, and it's a really simple rhythm game where you just use the face buttons to, hit the notes at the right time. It's really simple, but the songs are really catchy and the graphics are not half bad. The second rhythm game is MUSYNC for the Vita, and this one's a little bit hidden on the PSN store. You have to go to the PlayStation Mobile section and then look for or search for MUSYNC, and it's a really good classic old school rhythm game, kind of like the old DJ Max. It supports up to 4 to 5 buttons, and each song has 2 difficulties. Unfortunately, the song selection's a little bit small, and some songs you have to pay a few more dollars for, but it's a not half bad rhythm game. And if you're like me who's desperate for rhythm games, or these type of rhythm games, then it's totally worth the money. And the last game I'm going to recommend for Vita is DJ Max Technika Tune. It's hard to find a physical copy, but you can download it on the PSN store. This isn't my favorite DJ Max by a long shot, but for what it does pretty well. It's sort of a mix between classic DJ Max and Osu, where you hit the notes when the line comes to it. The only problem I have with this version, at least, is the screen is so small and it's really hard to hit the notes accurately. If you have like an iPad or something, you should probably get Techika Q instead of the Vita version. It's probably 10 times better, but the graphics on the Vita version are pretty awesome. I know the iOS and Android have their share of rhythm games, but I'm going to recommend one just because I know most of the songs in it, and it's O2Jam for Android. The reason why I'm recommending this one is that it's like classic O2Jam. It's a little bit nostalgic for me, but it supports up to 4 to 5 buttons and it has 3 difficulty settings for each song. And if you're into DJ Max, there's also DJ Max Ray, which is a pretty awesome game too. And finally, my favorite rhythm game of all time is DJ Max Trilogy for the PC. Unfortunately, trying to find a copy of this is freakishly hard. I got mine when it first came out for $70, and it was totally worth every penny for how much time I've spent just playing this game. I could spend hours telling you how good DJ Max Trilogy is, but I'm just gonna leave it that if you're a fan of DJ Max rhythm games, you need this game. You could just get it any way possible if you have to pirate it or anything, since the physical copies probably like $200. Just try to play this game somehow if you're into rhythm games, because it's that freaking good. There are plenty more rhythm games out there, but I'll just stick to these ones just because I like these ones. So I can finally explain to people why rhythm games are so much fun to me, because they're just these complete immersive games where I have to put my complete attention into. as robotic as they may seem, for me, I just find extreme pleasure from playing these games. So with that said and done, that is my thoughts on rhythm games, and I hope anyone watching this at least tries them. You don't have to get good at them, just try them. So that's it for me. I'll see you in the next video.